Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Friday, May 20, 2022. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is urging Jamaicans to hold strain as the world and the country continue to grapple with the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Holness says rising energy and food prices, as well as the ongoing conflict in Eastern Europe, have exacerbated the challenges. But he asserts that the state has managed to maintain economic stability while protecting the vulnerable. He is therefore urging citizens not to disrupt the economic growth that the country is experiencing.
Now is not the time to disrupt the society. Now is not the time, as I've said before, to kick over the milk, the very milk that we're going to have to deliberate over how it is shared up. Now is the time when we must protect the milk, protect our economy, protect our country, protect our society, protect our environment, protect our prospects for development.
The Prime Minister's comments come as there has been increased agitation among public sector workers for better remuneration packages. The Ministry of Education and Youth has mandated the wearing of masks in schools effective immediately. In a bulletin issued on Thursday, the ministry said the mask mandate was in response to the rise in COVID-19 infection rates. School administrators have been reporting an increase in suspected and confirmed COVID-19 cases among staff and students. The ministry is advising that students and staff who turn up to school without a mask should not be denied access, but should be assisted with a mask to facilitate teaching and learning. Administrators are also being reminded to resensitize all key stakeholders about the protocols to be observed.
We're going to take this opportunity again to appeal to the general public, and specifically our students, our parents, our teachers, our staff, to please observe the public health advisories. We continue to encourage wearing of your mask, sanitizing, washing your hands frequently, observing physical distancing still, because everyone knows that this is good for the health of everyone.
Minister Williams says where it becomes necessary, school administrators may need to revert to remote learning. However, principals or board chairs must consult with the regional director or education officer for approval and guidance.
We will continue to, of course, ensure that we get the reports on a weekly basis so that we can monitor and continue to provide guidance for our schools.
$200 million has been allocated to improve road conditions in Montego Bay, St. James, to help ease traffic congestion in the second city. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the disclosure at the recent handing over ceremony for the Area 4 headquarters of the Jamaica Fire Brigade in Montego Bay. He says the roads to be repaired will serve as alternative routes to bypass the usually congested town of Montego Bay. Targeted thoroughfares include the Westgate Main Road, Mount Salem to Catherine Mount, and Providence to Norwood. The scope of work will entail improving intersections by widening and installing proper signaling, resurfacing the roads, and putting in various sensors where necessary. The Prime Minister says this is a temporary fix, adding that the key focus will be on the construction of the Montego Bay Perimeter Road.
We really have to look at expanding the city and expanding how we provide mass transport for the city. So the government has already made the provision, and it is already underway for the Perimeter Road. It is now at the stage where they are doing the negotiations for the various bonds to put in place for the contracts to be operable. In the interim, the government has allocated 200 million Jamaican dollars to improve the quality of local roads.
Starting this month, farmers will have access to their new identification cards within 5 days of registering with the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA. Minister Pernell Charles Jr. made the announcement in his contribution to the sectoral debate in the House of Representatives earlier this week.
Get too many complaints about just simply the RADA process. And I want to commit to my colleagues, and I want to commit to this country, that we are going to do everything we can to make sure the restructuring of RADA is not just a phrase on paper.
A new pre-registration system will also be launched this month to capture more farmers and align them with services being offered by RADA. On Wednesday, Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Olivia Grange unveiled a bust of labor movement activist Agnes Aggie Bernard. The sculpture is located at the Workers' Monument on Port Royal Street, downtown Kingston. Minister Grange says it is a tribute to the workers of Jamaica and is one of the legacy projects for the country's Diamond Jubilee celebrations.
We honor one of the truly outstanding women of Jamaica, a heroine in her own right. Aggie was truly one of the great and faithful servants of the labor movements in Jamaica.
The bust was commissioned by the Ministries of Culture and Labor and unveiled during a ceremony to kick off Workers' Week 2022. This year's observation has been extended and is being recognized from May 18 to 31 under the theme Repositioning Jamaica's Labor Market Post-COVID-19.
Our theme this year, Repositioning Jamaica's Labor Market Post-COVID-19, highlights the recognition of the fact that if Jamaica is to recover lost ground and continue on the road to economic prosperity, it will be the Jamaican worker who will have to redouble our efforts in every sector to improve our productivity and increase earning power.
And finally, schools, infirmaries, town centers, and other public spaces are among the areas to receive attention come Labor Day next Monday. This year's Labor Day is being celebrated under the theme Reigniting a Nation for Greatness, Protect Our Heritage and Environment. The slogan is Make Jamaica Crisp and Clean. Prime Minister Andrew Holness will lead work to renovate Mandela Park, which has been identified as the national project. The St. Catherine Municipal Corporation will be cleaning up the Natural Bridge in Riversdale as its parish project, while a disabled-friendly sidewalk and footpath will be constructed in Daytona Portmore. The Charles Gordon Market District in St. James is identified for several upgrading works, and a general cleanup of the Kellettstown Centre is planned for Clarendon. The Hanover, Westmoreland, St. Mary and St. Thomas Municipal Corporations will be upgrading infirmaries in those parishes. St. Anne and Portland will focus their activities on schools. Sanitary conveniences will be constructed in the junction area of St. Elizabeth, and Trelawney has identified the parish municipal building, Water Square, and pedestrianized areas of Falmouth for Labor Day activities. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.